I was having a great time.
Yeah,
I was just like partying and like making friends and meeting friends and hanging out and not studying and
mostly not studying
and traveling around England and yeah, that's what I was doing really.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not really paying attention in class. Yeah, I was a terrible student. I literally just started being serious like last Tuesday.
Okay, we're live.
Okay, welcome.
Guys. Yeah.
Jack. Jack, what can I say?
What can we say? We're here again.
We are here.
Look at this. This is the beautiful work of Fadil right here.
I mean, come on.
And this time it won't fall. It won't fall.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so.
But I think we just can't escape our past.
No, I think we're running away.
Do you think we're running?
Yeah, I don't think it will catch up. Not
I
just
hope
yet.
so.
Yeah,
I hope
we're
so.
running away. This is nice.
Yeah, no, I like this. I think, but it's a bit scary to see faces almost life size.
Oh yeah, this is like.
This is
much.
almost because Jack, I gotta say, like you have a relatively small head.
Oh, I thought you'd say it's big.
No, you don't. No, it's not big. It's actually quite small.
Because this is my head like 2 years ago.
You mean your head might have grown?
I think so.
For real?
Yeah.
Actually, I think you're right. I think you're actually right. But I have an enormous head.
But yeah, you can't tell from that.
Yeah, no, I had to make that picture. I had to reduce the size of that. Hey, I had to reduce the size greatly.
But it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. We've leveled up. We have light.
Yeah, we have light. You guys can see me now.
Come on.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
We are. Oh wait, what do I have here? I've been filming the other side.
The bag on the chair.
You know what? Our past will always catch up. It will always catch up, and we'll never be able to let it go.
I'm afraid you might be right. I'm afraid you might actually have a point there.
I swear, yeah.
This is episode.
This is episode 7.
Yeah, guys, welcome. This is episode 7.
This is so crazy.
Did you think we'd get this far?
I didn't think. I thought we'd crash and burn and fight in the Nairobi Laugh Bar parking lot.
But here we are.
Yeah, but here we are. I thought we'd be like in fisticuffs.
Yeah, at this point.
Like this. Why I oughta. I thought we'd be like that with me rolling my arms against you, Jack.
Who does that?
It's like mostly cartoon characters and like
Popeye.
people from people from the 40s.
Yeah, that's how they fought.
Yeah, and they'll like go around.
Yeah, like this jumping.
Yeah, exactly.
Why I oughta.
Yeah,
you know what they say?
I like why I oughta.
Who fights like this?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's I think they got it from because wrestling also used to. That was the stance before.
Oh, that was the stance.
So
before. So I'm assuming this like to protect yourself. So
I guess so.
Like
yeah,
this.
exactly.
Yeah,
So you can do that.
It just looks so old school. Like
yeah.
I don't know. Like
I don't know. I think it fits me because I'm old.
You're old. That's how old people fight.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it's nice to be here again.
It is nice to be here again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're still trying out our intros.
Oh yeah, Pole too.
You know, we're still trying our intros,
Still
and of course, right now we've received one more email, and so we're gonna go through that this time. But we're looking forward to you guys' emails, guys. Welcome to BADVICE.
Welcome to BADVICE.
Right?
Yeah.
We are Africa's solution to all its problems. So email Jack and I in on jackandfadil@gmail.com and let us solve all your issues.
You know, I always feel weird giving people advice, especially like comedy advice.
Oh, really?
Because there's no real way to do it. Yeah, I always feel like I am never like the guy to go to, but people do come for me for advice on some things. I'm like, I'm not sure I do.
Jack,
what
people
I'm
come to you for advice.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, sometimes. But I always feel like I don't really know what I'm talking because like there's no way to do it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, advice is kind of just like an opinion.
I guess so.
In the end of the day, it's like. Do you remember a piece of advice that you've given recently?
I mean, like, maybe it's mostly tags on jokes. Someone can come to me with a joke and ask me, hey, how do you think I can make this joke better? How do you think I can shorten it maybe? And I do give my input, but a part of me always goes, I'm not sure. I don't think I know what I'm talking about. Because I've seen like people do the most unconventional things on stage and they still work.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but I guess at the end of the day, it's just my opinion.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's how I would do it.
And it's about the confidence behind your opinion.
I guess, yeah.
And I think, Jack, that's the thing, that you need to be confident in your opinion.
In my opinion.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because after doing comedy for like 4 or 5 years, I think you're at 6 years maybe.
Oh, our past is catching up to us.
There we go.
Oh, Jesus, you can never run away.
I knew that. I had it in the back of my mind that was going to happen.
But we got the new good tape.
I got really amazing tape to do this.
Okay. So, yeah, our past, we can't really run away, can we?
Jack, I think just keep on talking as
So-
I try and...
Do you want some advice on how to put that thing up?
You know what? I don't get, like, why... But do you often then not render advice when you...
No, I guess I'm just not confident enough in my own advice.
You're not confident in your advice.
Because at the end of the day, I know there's no way to do anything. You can just do anything you want. Because I've seen people, as I said, do crazy things on stage and it still works. So I'm just like, okay, so what do I know? You know? And I've seen people being told that joke's gonna bomb.
And
that
then
joke and then it goes and it kills. So you just end up being like, okay, what is it really then? You know?
Jack, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, just
What do you
leave
think?
it there. Fine.
Do you think it looks fine?
Now people will understand, you know.
Our two listeners.
We have a very shady past, guys, and we just can't seem to run away from it. So you guys
That's
know.
great
how this
content.
Yeah, it's great content. Farrell setting up at the back.
This is great content.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. What's this line?
Oh shit,
This just happened now.
Damn, man. Jack. Oh man, what do we do?
It's fine. It's never that big deal.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
This is gonna throw me off.
Nah, it's fine.
Nah, it's fine. We've handled worse.
Oh, trust me. It reminds me of the days I used to run the shows at the Nairobi Laugh Bar.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something like we would be in the middle of a show and then something crazy would just happen. Like the lights would just go out.
Jack, there's no one on live.
It's fine.
Let me log
You wanna end it out?
into mine.
Okay,
Let me
fine.
log into mine.
Is it not even one person?
No,
Okay.
there was one person, and then they logged off.
Okay, let's go live.
Damn, man, this is shoddy.
Some minor setbacks, really, you know. But we should refine with time.
Who
Get better
cares?
with time.
They should know by now. It's their fault anyway. It's their fault for logging in.
For logging in.
Oh, and look at that again. I
Okay.
have posted. There we
That's
go.
good. That's good.
Oh,
So this is your
Jack,
account.
we can't see your face either.
It's because should I go back again? Should I move backwards?
Should
Like-
be okay. It's fine. There you go. We can kind of see you. But if you go
Yeah,
back, then
but
you
guys
won't.
here will see me.
That's the more important thing.
Yeah.
Oh, let me move this a little bit.
Yeah, that's it.
There we
That's
go.
it, Yeah.
There we
Cheza with the angles kidogo.
Yeah. Chasing my angles.
Okay, so where were we?
Where were we? Yeah, you were giving advice.
Yeah,
You-
I'm just saying. I am not very confident in my own advice.
in your own advice. I think
Yeah.
you should be, Jack. You're a very smart person. You're an intelligent person. I think you should.
I should be
definitely do it.
confident.
I feel like me giving you advice right now and trying to motivate you.
Yeah.
I feel like calling you son, even though you're a father.
Tisan.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I'm old, and
Oh, yeah.
I feel like sometimes, Jack, you're like, I think I don't want to do X or I don't want to do Y, and I'm like, dude, you can do anything that you want in the world. I believe in you.
So like, let me ask you this. How do you feel? Like, do you feel old? Like, do you feel like a little boy inside? How does it feel?
Oh yeah, as in at my age.
Yeah. Like, do you feel like there's things you're not
I feel
supposed to be doing?
Yeah, like a podcast. Like a pod.
No,
yeah,
but,
I definitely.
But do you have like such feelings? Like,
I definitely feel like I shouldn't be doing a podcast.
Do you feel something in your back sometimes? You're like,
no, my back is a wreck. My back.
Oh, really?
When I go to the doctor and I've done an MRI of my back. The guy is just like, your back is like he doesn't even need to look at the MRI, by the way. He just looks at my back with his naked eye. And he's just like, you are a broken man.
You're a broken man.
You're a broken man, both mentally, but that's for sure. I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah.
At my very old age, okay, and then also physically, I am completely broken.
You're a broken man.
I'm a completely broken man.
So you feel sometimes your back is like kind of
my back
out.
My back is constantly on the edge of like just a catastrophe, where I'll be face down in dirt it's somewhere in Nairobi City.
What a crazy reminder that we are just like passing through, you know. Like, these bodies are they're just like tools, I guess. I don't know what they are, but they just wear out.
Yeah, no, definitely, for sure.
They just wear out with time. And
I think once you reach my age, Jack, you'll understand.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks for the.
No worries, son. I know in like the first few episodes, I felt like you should be my dad. But now I feel like
we're switching it up now.
We're switching it up.
But Sheng Nanjero would not accept
you
to be his dad.
Oh, snap! Forgot about Sheng Nanjero.
The wisdom that dude has.
What? Can we bring out Sheng Nanjero? Like, if Sheng Nanjero was told, like, hey, Sheng Nanjero, I feel like you're my son.
No.
So what would he say?
Wewe kwenda huko kwa ufala sana. Unadhani wewe ni mzai wangu? Wewe si mzai. Mimi najua vitu bana. Cheki huyu jamaa nadhani eti ni mzai wangu. Mimi najua mavitu mto wangu. Mimi siwezi ambia.
So Sheng Nanjero ulijifunza hizi vitu wapi?
Unajua ukigrow up Oyole, kuna tu vitu unakujanga unaanza kujua. Yenyewe huko nje ni kubaya. Kanairo mtu wangu.
Hey,
Kanairo haiwezi kuhurumia. But then nimesikia story fulani. In Tao, there's a guy amededi. He was walking in between matatus and then he was just squeezed to death.
Oh my God.
That is Kanairo for you. I think just like this weekend.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Do you ever walk in CBD? When was the last time you're in CBD? let me start with that.
Is it because of the color of my skin?
No. I'm just genuinely curious.
I'll be completely honest with you. I think it's been a year or two.
What the fuck? 1 year.
I'm serious. It's been maybe over a year.
That's crazy.
In Nairobi City Town Center.
Just walking like.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you really don't need to go there, do you?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing for me there.
Yeah, I get you.
What is there for me in
I guess there's
town,
nothing.
Jack? But Jack, I want to go back to the advice giving.
Okay.
You know, for a second there, I thought that you are getting you are being asked for life advice.
Oh, by guys.
Yeah.
No, people don't do that. I'm not the guy for that.
That's what I thought.
In the
first place, I thought I was like, this guy is giving life advice to people.
No,
Kumbe.
Yeah, no, it's not life advice.
It's not life advice.
My life is quite a wreck.
Okay, fine. So there's you're the one who needs advice.
I'm the one who needs
you're
advice.
You're the ones who needs copious amounts of advice.
I need advice. Yeah, I need advice from
dude,
a serious
Jack,
guy. Yeah.
I'm there for you anytime.
Thank you. Dude.
I'm there for you, dude.
Yeah. So you can dish out some good advice for me.
I dish out. Let me tell you, I dish out advice even when people are not asking.
Yeah.
People have just breathed us a word about their problems. I'm on it. I'm like, yo, let's brainstorm. Let's brainstorm. I'm on it.
Are you good at taking advice yourself?
I am good at taking advice if it's good advice.
If it's good advice. Yeah. I am notorious for not listening to people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're notorious for not listening to people? Oh.
Yeah.
So you have a problem with authority?
Yeah, I kind of do. I think you keep dissecting my whole psyche.
No,
here.
that's what
Look
it
at
is.
This guy.
That's usually where it comes from.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's usually where it comes from. And you know where that stems from?
No, I don't want to know.
I'll tell you.
I'm
where
gonna start crying.
I'm gonna tell you exactly
Okay, where does it come from?
He
Let me
guys,
listen.
he folded his
Let
hand.
me listen.
He is not. He's not liking this conversation right now.
Yeah.
Jack, it comes from your relationship with your father.
Okay, that's where it comes from.
That's where it comes from. If you hold some resentment to your father, you will then not have a good relationship with authority.
With authority.
And sometimes that resentment may not even be known, but rather it's subconscious or something that lives.
So
within
even
you.
I may not know that I have like a deep-seated resentment for my dad.
Or something that he's done or things that he's done.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, definitely. For
Wow.
sure.
Wow, that's actually you're right. I'm ashamed to admit that you're right. but
No,
you are.
I should be right, but without the shame.
Okay.
No, absolutely. There's no shame in that.
There's no shame in that.
There's no shame in that. I hate my dad too.
Oh my God.
I have no. You should have no shame in
Why
that.
is it? Why is it like that though? Why are father-son relationships so tense? Because I find
I don't
very
think
intense.
they have to be.
They
I
don't
think
have to be. Yeah.
They don't have to be. It is about trauma and issues that your father has not dealt with that he then brings into
Passes
the
on
father-son relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's nothing to do with me even.
No, it most likely has nothing to
Because
do.
I just thought I was a piece of shit. My whole life. That's what I thought.
It is often the case.
Yeah. Turn it off.
Damn,
It's
it
getting
is like it's so freezing. Like, are you the one who turned it up?
Yeah.
Oh my
I went to
lord,
message you.
Jack!
I thought it was when I walked in. It was 20. I was like, "Father won't like this. Let me turn it down."
Jack turned it down to 17 degrees.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
17 degrees is like the coldest day in Nairobi in a calendar year, bro.
And
Like,
you only have a shirt in here.
I'm telling you,
You're a hairy man. You'll be fine.
I am actually a very, very hairy fellow. So yeah, we got some people in chat, but right now everyone has disappeared. They came in for a bit,
And then they're like, "This is not."
and they're just like, "This
It's
is
fine.
not. It's not for me.
We're still here, guys.
It's not for me."
We're always here for you.
But a lot more people logged in.
Okay.
K Bernice, who's that?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
But thanks for logging in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
we're
you,
here.
guys.
We're just having fun, chilling. Look at you. Do you have a PS by the way? A PlayStation?
No, I don't have a PlayStation.
You
I
used
don't
to have one.
I used to have one when I was younger, but then I sort of gave up on games.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to, I think we discussed this before, like we get very addicted to games and we can abandon our families. So I used to get very addictive.
Oh, yeah.
I used to get quite addicted, so I sort of gave up
You just
on
stopped
it.
on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Me, I just lose interest here sometimes. Because I remember there was a time I really wanted a bike and then I got it. A few months later, I just abandoned it outside. Yeah, I get why my dad hated me. Yeah.
You sort of get it now.
Yeah, I kind of get it. It's fine.
You're on his side. What the fuck, Jack? That's crazy.
I just leave it outside in the rain and he'd be so mad.
Oh, he'd be mad about
Yeah,
that.
like, the bike is so expensive. Why'd you? And yeah, but he has a point. But I guess.
But that's the thing. Those are the things we need to let go of, and that will allow us to take advice. By the way,
To take advice.
I also used to be like that, Jack.
And then what
When I was younger.
Okay. Well, the younger days.
When I was in the younger days, I used to be like that. I had a problem with authority.
Okay.
And then I dealt with my daddy issues.
Okay.
And then I was able to now have a conversation with someone who's an authoritative figure, or even just a friend who's giving me advice. I'm able to actually listen to them.
I'd like to hear you tell me about like your early 20s. How were those like? What
Oh,
were
wow.
what were you mostly up to?
Damn.
In your like
yeah.
let's say like what was like young Fadil at 22? What was he up to? What
Young
was he doing?
Fadil at 22
Yeah.
was a rascal. He was not serious about life.
Were you in school?
I was in university.
Oh, okay.
I was in university, not in Kenya, but in England.
Okay.
I got the opportunity to go to England to do studies there. So I was not very serious about university studies either.
Oh, really?
I used to just have a bloody good time.
Okay, you're just
That's
having
what
fun.
I was doing. I was just having
How
fun.
long were you there?
I was there for like 4 years and then 2 years.
Dude, I'm sure you're having fun.
I was having
You
a
were
great time.
Yeah, just,
I was just like partying and like making friends and meeting friends and hanging out and not studying and
Mostly not studying
and traveling around England and that's what I was doing really.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not really paying attention in class. Yeah, I was a terrible student. I literally just started being serious like last Tuesday.
That's when you started being serious.
That's when I started being serious.
Do you know what? Let me tell you, I have never seen you serious. Not even for a moment.
Oh my God.
I have never seen you serious.
I'm insulted, Jack.
No, don't be insulted. That's a nice thing.
Is that a nice thing?
I've never seen like Fadil serious. I've never seen serious Fadil.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I'm pretty serious when I'm at work.
Okay.
Or when I was at work.
When you are at work.
Yeah, now I'm just loitering the streets of Nairobi. Now I just loiter. I'm just like at people's doors like, hey, is there an open mic tonight?
Yeah.
I would like to come
up
for that. Yeah. There is another open mic tonight. Are you going for that?
I think I might. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I just like going on stage as much as I can.
As much as you
That's
can.
just, I just love it, man. I love going on stage. And I want to do it as much as I can to just get the practice, put in the hours. So I can hopefully get better.
Have you been writing a lot?
Not recently, but I do have a few new ideas that I'm hoping to. Because I find that I do my best writing on stage. Funny enough.
Really?
Yeah.
You just riff?
Yeah. Like some of the best tags and stuff that I've come up with, it's usually on stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you do that, Jack?
I don't know how it happens, but it just happens. You see how I'm telling you when I just get on stage so much, something happens, I'm like, wow, that was a funny addition to that joke.
Damn, I never knew that.
Yeah,
I should try that.
Yeah, you should try. It's actually one of the best ways to write.
I'm gonna try that, Jack, because
it feels like
thanks
I'm
for the
writing with
advice. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna try that. But please carry on.
No, yeah. So what was I saying?
About advice. And last time I went on, you tried a joke, and I guess maybe that's where you were going with it.
Oh yeah. You asked me if I've been doing any writing. Yeah, but that's how.
And then you're like, my best jokes come when I'm.
Yeah, when I'm on stage.
And then you were like, oh, like the other day.
Yeah. Like the other day, Emmanuel Kisiangani had this show at Kes Organics. A very small room.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've been there.
Yeah.
So it was a very tight room. It's like, I think we had like 18 people in there. 18, 15 people. Very small, tight room.
Okay, but small, tight, but intimate. Sitting
intimate.
close to the stage.
Very, very close.
Wow.
It's just me and the people here. Like, that's my best. That's the most I've had fun on stage this year so far.
Oh.
It was so fun, yeah.
Wow, okay, that's
so
interesting.
Yeah, and also interacting with people.
But that's very interesting. Yeah, I guess there is a correlation between like the proximity of people to stage.
Yes.
And like just how much like sort of that you can engage and connect.
Because ultimately what you want to do is you want to connect with people. You want to connect. And there's a connection that you get when you're like, when it's just an intimate setting. It's like a sweaty room, you know.
Yeah, right.
With some guys drinking, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that intimate.
Oh, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So like the laughs the laughs are so contagious. Even if you're there and you don't find what the comedian said funny, you'll still laugh because it's so contagious and everyone's just having fun. That's the best room for comedy.
Damn,
or rather, those are the
like
best
that,
types
right.
of rooms for comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many open mics that are opening out all around the city.
I think
these days.
Yeah,
there's like an open mic now almost every single day.
From Tuesday.
From Tuesday, yeah.
From Tuesday, if you wanna go on stage as a comedian, you can go on stage.
So like, okay, so where do you go on Tuesday? Let's maybe, it's not more of a shout out, but it's kind of a shout out. We love our comedian peers.
Yeah.
And we wanna promote them.
I mean, on Tuesdays, I think at the height, I mean, a few weeks ago, we'd have 3 rooms on Tuesdays. So
what?
This was, yeah. So Ezra Keros.
Okay.
He has a room in the CBD called at Cafe Amka.
Oh,
I think it's on Standard Street.
Oh,
it's
cool.
a really, really nice room.
Okay, nice.
Brian Onjoro.
Okay.
I think his room just took a break, but he used to have an open mic at the Orchid along Gong Road.
Okay, right.
And I think now Serene has a show at Kovo. I don't know if it's happening today, but he has a Tuesday show too.
Okay, and that's
along
where is
Thika Road.
Along Thika Road. Okay.
So that's 3 rooms.
Oh,
on a Tuesday.
wow.
Yeah,
and then what about Wednesday?
So Wednesday, we have the Nairobi Laugh Bar.
Of course, the OG
room.
the spot,
If you
the
wanna
brick
call-
wall.
That is actually that I feel. Anytime I'm there, I feel like this is home. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel that as well.
Yeah.
And the brick wall really gives it that underground comedy
underground
feel.
comedy vibe,
Yeah.
exactly. Man, I remember. Let me tell you a story. I remember when I was with Doug when he went to scout for like a location.
No
Yeah, so
way.
So actually, we went to the. Do you know the Gret Cafe at Lavington? Do you know like there's a cafe somewhere there. There's a car dealership where they have like very expensive cars.
Palette Cafe?
RNN Motors. I don't know if you know.
Oh,
the place I'm
yeah,
talking
no,
about.
yeah, I've heard of
So
that.
right next to that, there's a small cafe called the Gret Cafe.
Yeah.
So that's where I guess the Nairobi Laugh Bar, as it's called, was supposed to be.
No.
But I think they didn't have a good, maybe the deal wasn't.
The deal wasn't good.
very good. So yeah, so we went to Chemi or Nairobi Laugh Bar, and when we got there and I saw the room, I was
You were
like,
just
"This is." It already had the brick wall. I was like, "Dad, this
What?
is yeah." That was there already. I was like, "Dude, this is what we're looking for.
This is home.
This is home." And the stage, how it's set up, I was like, we found
Wow.
it. We have something here. But that's how it
amazing.
felt. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I knew it was a special place. I really felt it.
Wow. Okay, I definitely want to come back to that.
Okay.
But okay, so Wednesdays, what happens on Wednesdays?
So Wednesdays is the open mic. It's called the Giggles and Tickles at the Nairobi Laugh Bar.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's a fun night. It's free as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
actually
find
a lot of the
a lot most of them are actually
most of them
free.
are actually free.
Yeah, most of them are free.
So
It's a
Wednesday,
free
then
show.
we have Giggles and Tickles at Nairobi Laugh Bar.
Yeah, we have Giggles and Tickles,
Okay.
and then there's another comedy club called Punchline Comedy Club. They have an open mic night every Wednesday at 2 Grips.
Okay.
I think that's the longest running open mic night so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
How long is that? Like.
I think first time I performed at 2 Grips was 2021. So how many years is that?
Oh wow, that's 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3.
So longest running so far.
So where did people perform before then?
I mean, we still used to have open mics, but they were not like consistently in one location.
Really?
Yeah, so we just hop restaurants. You weren't like.
I wasn't there.
It was crazy, man. Like we'd change like restaurants so much. We'd like sometimes we'd be in Parklands. Sometimes
you'd be in my home
in your
country,
home,
home ground for me.
And you never knew about
I
us.
never knew about that, man. I only went to Diamond Plaza.
Yeah,
did you
but-
ever do anything there?
No. Okay, none that I know of. Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
Let's ask Amandeep.
Yeah, we should ask Mandeep. I'm sure Mandeep has done something.
Has
in
done
Diamond
something.
Plaza.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we used to like hop restaurants a lot. Like
Right.
this weekend we're here, this weekend we're here. Widely Coffee along Langata Road. We'd be all over. But yeah, I mean now it's kind of like we've settled at the Nairobi Laugh Bar. That's like everyone associates the plates with comedy. So,
That's true.
Which is a good thing now.
Okay, what about Thursday? What happens
Thursday,
on Thursdays?
we used to have shows at the Mayura. Do you know the Mayura?
Mayura
Have you heard of
restaurant.
it?
That
Yeah, it's
sounds
an
like
Indian
my
restaurant.
uncle's restaurant.
Is he really your uncle?
No, not at all.
Oh, wow.
But maybe,
Possibly.
possibly.
Yeah, so we used to do shows on Thursdays at the Mayura in Westlands. It was a hell gig, I'm telling you that. It was one of those, yeah.
Like tough.
It was really
It's a
tough.
tough room.
Yeah, it was
Why?
a
People
tough
are
room.
noisy.
So one factor was people used to complain that things were very expensive there, like drinks and food.
Right.
So also, I guess we didn't attract as many people as we could have because of the prices. You understand?
Ah,
Yeah, so
right.
the
So
room-
it's just not conducive.
To comedy, yeah.
Right.
So you, I mean, that's kind of a bummer when you want to have fun and you're just thinking, oh my god, these meals are so expensive.
Right,
A
right.
beer is like what, 500? That's kind of expensive.
Mm,
And cause yeah. So that was one thing, and also I don't know what was up with that room. Maybe it was a sound or something. We
It
had
just
some
wasn't
good
a
nights.
kicking room.
We had some good nights, but most of them
It was a miss.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Like just tough.
I just remember bombing so bad at the Mayura. I just remember bombing so bad. Like
Okay.
those were some of my worst nights on stage.
Yeah.
At the Mayura. But also I was trying to get the hang of it. But
Is there any other thing that happens on Thursdays?
Thursdays.
I know that there's
Right now?
Yeah, there's
I mean,
like Ahmed and
David's show.
David's show, right? that
yeah,
they
they
do.
have a show.
Yeah, it's sort of a similar to Kill Tony kind of a.
Yeah, it's a similar show to Kill Tony where like
It's
a comic.
pretty cool. I like
It's
that.
really nice. You haven't gone to the show yet.
I haven't gone to the show yet. No, like
Try coming
Thursdays
this
is.
week. You're busy on Thursdays?
Thursdays is usually a difficult day for me.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, Thursdays generally. I mean, I try to give a lot of time to comedy, but yeah, Thursdays becomes difficult.
And I'm just curious, like, about you actually. Like, how did you know that you had this in you, like the ability to make people laugh?
That's a good. Have
what
I made people laugh? Have I done well?
No, because I think when you go on stage a couple of times, it kind of starts to become normal for you.
Yeah.
But the fact is, it's kind of it takes some balls to get on stage.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
So how did I get there? I mean, first of all, so like let's get the facts.
Okay,
let's get the facts out of the way first.
Okay.
My father has not hugged me enough in my life.
Okay.
That's fact number one.
Okay, I think that's like standard across the board.
For comics, right?
Yeah, it's kind of standard.
For sure.
Yeah.
And number two is that I've never heard the words "I'm proud of you" from him.
Okay.
And so in order to seek validation, you see me grabbing the mic just to get things straight.
Let's get things straight. Let's
to get
facts
validation
right.
and attention.
Okay.
Just to have all eyes on me. Comedy was just a great...
It was perfect.
And I've always wanted to do it.
Okay.
I've always wanted to do it. Whenever, like, I went to a show like 1 year ago, the first time ever in Kenya.
Yeah.
And I was just mind blown.
Oh, comedy show.
Comedy show at the Nairobi Laugh Bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is mind blowing. I can't believe this is happening in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And I met Doug after the show, and I've always wanted to do comedy because I've watched a lot of stand-up when I was young.
Oh yeah,
loads of stand-up. I was always on it. At 7 years old, 8 years old, I'd watched Raw and Delirious.
Oh my God, 8 years old.
Yeah, like I was very young. I've watched Raw.
I actually watched it when I was a bit older, but that is a classic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a game changer.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
It's a game changer in comedy, right?
The greatest stand-up.
And when I was like 13, 14, I had watched Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
A lot of his stuff, right?
Yeah.
And this was all through, by the way, my brother.
Oh, your brother is a fan.
My brother is a fan of stand-up.
So he got you into stand-up.
He got me into stand-up. Like he went to England for studies.
Yeah.
And he would bring back like a hard disk. He would bring back a hard disk full of comedy.
Comedy albums?
Comedy album. No, like comedy, like stand-up recordings, like specials.
Wow.
Like a hard disk full of them, and I would just watch all of them.
That's crazy,
So he's kind of the one who actually put me on.
He's a real comedy nerd.
My bro was a proper comedy nerd. And that was like when you had to download like a comedy show on like LimeWire.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Oh my God.
I think that sounds like MySpace to me.
Oh my God.
What is LimeWire?
LimeWire is like, torrents.
Yes.
That's what you used
Like
used to
uTorrent.
use. Yeah, it's like uTorrent, but
Okay.
the first torrent like client that you could use.
Okay, it
was called LimeWire.
Me know Waptrick. Do you know Waptrick? Do you remember Waptrick? Waptrick. It was so stupid.
Oh my God, I know Waptrick. Yeah, get your MP3s.
Get your MP3. That's how you download music back in the day.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Waptrick at Waptrick.
Okay. So LimeWire is you would use it to download stuff, but you would also give your computer like 25 STDs.
Oh, from just
viruses, just from one.
Viruses.
Just loads of viruses from that one thing.
Oh, yeah.
So he put me on, and then when I went for the show, I'm just like, first of all, the Nairobi comedy scene, I was just like, people are so talented, it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It is so unbelievable.
There's so much talent.
How people are talented in Nairobi. And then I was like, I need to get in on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw Doug and I saw Luke McGuinness after the show. And I'm like, I want to do comedy.
Oh, you want to do comedy?
And they're like, come to the workshop on Monday and you can get on stage.
You can get on stage.
I was like, I'm in.
Monday,
sure. Boom. I went to the workshop.
Yeah.
I had some jokes. Darren thought my joke. Darren was there giving advice.
Oh, so he helped you out with the
he helped
material.
me out. And I was just like, oh my God, that was just amazing. And I went on stage. Mm-hmm. It was probably the worst performance ever.
Oh, your first time?
Yeah, my first time was probably the worst thing. I had so many friends of mine in the stage, so I got laughs from them.
From them.
from them, but otherwise it was just the worst thing on earth. It was honestly the worst thing on earth.
Bro, I know what you mean. I know
But
exactly
it
what
was
you
fun.
mean. Yeah.
And however, I got quite spooked. I will not lie. I got majorly.
Did you come back immediately after?
I did not come back.
Oh, you took some
after.
time.
Let me tell. I came to the comedy show every Wednesday and every Friday.
You just used to watch.
I showed up and
Okay.
I watched after my first performance. I watched for 2 months.
Oh, really?
I watched for 2 months. I was just around like some kind of loiterer.
Who's this
And
guy?
I just watched. They're like, who's this fucker?
Yeah.
And I just watched and watched and watched and watched, and then I finally, after like I think it's even 3 months.
That's when you decided to get.
Yeah,
back
so
on
so
stage.
that's why like I did my first performance like a year ago. No, it can't be a year ago. Maybe it's like 9 months ago.
9 months. Yeah.
9 months ago. No, it is a year.
A year.
Ago. It's a year ago.
Okay.
It was the end of 2023 when I did my first performance. But I had such a huge lag
Between your
my first show and like doing it consistently.
Yeah.
That like my total time is like 9 months or so.
No, I understand you, man. Like the first time going bad, it's gonna because I took a year off. Because I first did the first time I got on stage to do stand up was in 2018. That's the very first time.
Whoa!
Yeah, I was a pretty young boy.
That's like 6 years ago. That's
that's
amazing.
the very first time I got on stage to actually try doing stand up.
Okay.
But it went horribly. And so I stayed off it for like a whole year, which was 2019, and COVID came in 2020.
So the first time you went on 2018 and then it went so bad.
It was so bad because I had like an epiphany at some point where I was like, I'm a stand-up comedian, and I'm not. I just believed in that, and then I went on stage thinking that it would go well, and it didn't. It went so horribly. It went so bad. It was just, bro. I was bombing in the hot sun in the CBD. It was so bad.
What do you mean in the hot sun? It was outdoor?
Yeah, it was an outdoors thing. It was the Kenya National Theatre has this thing they call Thursday poetry after lunch. So it's a poetry thing, but all kinds of artists come to the thing. So it's poetry after lunch, where you just come with your material, whatever it may be, poetry, whether you're a spoken word guy, whatever you're doing, you just go up there, do your thing. So we'd have a few comedians. So I went up and signed up for that. It went so bad. I just thought I was funny. That's just.
Do you remember one joke from?
I remember one joke. It was about one joke was about the different types of people on WhatsApp and the types of statuses they post. It's so corny.
Okay, what are the different kinds of people?
I mean, there's like sensitive people, like the guys who post quotes all the time. Right. So you know how they're feeling.
There's something in there.
I guess there is, but
there's something in there, but you have to like push it. You gotta really push. Otherwise, it's like very obvious. Like yes the quote obvious. Guy or whatever. There's the quotes but I think you can definitely push.
Yeah, so that was the general premise, like the different types of people.
Oh, I like that. Though. Yeah, that's a pretty good observation.
Maybe if I go back on it now, I could maybe do it justice. Do it more
100%, Jack. Yeah, Jack, you are a brilliant comedian.
But then it was, oh my God, it was horrible.
For real?
Yeah, it was horrible. So it went bad, and I took off. I basically stayed a year without doing any stand-up. But then, here's what happened. So 2019 came, I didn't go on stage, and then 2020, that was mostly COVID.
Right.
But I remember things started to open up again. I think that was like early 2021, where you're allowed to like, go to like social gatherings.
Right.
So comedy was starting to pick up. And I remember, this is how I met Doug. I met Doug on Reddit.
What?
Yeah, that's how I met Doug. I met him on Reddit, reddit.com. I was a weird little kid.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how I met Doug.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was on Reddit. I was just scrolling through Reddit.
Looking for porn, obviously.
There's
no doubt about that.
What else would I be doing?
Everyone looks for porn.
So there's a subreddit for like Kenya, r/Kenya.
r/Kenya, right.
Yeah, and then Doug had posted a stand-up clip of himself.
Yeah.
Doing comedy in English. Because the comedy I was doing earlier, because I felt like I could articulate myself better, or I could communicate better in English than Swahili. So I was like, this is what I'm looking for. Maybe I could actually kill it at this one. So I DM'd Doug. I was like, yo, what do you guys do all this? This is crazy. And then Doug replied, it was like, the blues, come to the blues every Monday. So have you heard of the blues?
No, I've never heard of the blues. This is some like OG shit, man.
I think it kind of is, yeah.
Damn.
So I went there, and that's the first time I met Shiko Waithaka. That's the first time I met Doug, Murumba, David was there too. The really heavy hitters, really, they were there. And yeah, that's why I met all of them. I was a weird little... I looked homeless. I remember them joking about it when I got off stage. I don't think they remembered, but I remember it very well.
Oh my God.
They were like, this kid looks homeless. I just had a baggy t-shirt and I was just, I didn't have a beard yet.
You didn't have a beard,
Jack?
Jack?
I was just a kid.
Jack, when did you start growing? When did your beard start growing?
It started growing a while back, but at the time, I didn't like growing it out. I liked to look young. That's what I liked. Okay. But I grew it out a bit after that. But that's how it started. Pretty nice, pretty interesting. Because I never think about these things.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's been amazing for me. It's been life-changing just getting into the comedy scene. But it's also rewarding in a way when you get laughs and you connect with people.
Yeah.
But then also it's not financially rewarding.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's really not financial. No. I think you have to do other things.
Yeah, for sure. Most guys do.
You have to do other things. You have to either have another job or you gotta do a lot of shows.
But I think that's nice because you know why? Because it weeds out the people who are not really in this. You know what I'm saying?
It weeds out the people who are really not in this.
Because then we end up in a situation where the people who do it really love it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's not really for the money. The money is good if it comes, but really, that's not why you got into it. Yeah. It's not because of the money, because there's many people who've come and they've been like, hey, there's no money, and then they just left.
Really?
Yes, so many people.
Been a lot of people who do
so
that.
many people. There's no money in this, so I'm just gonna
bounce.
So we end up with like really good, talented comedians who actually love. They do it for the sport.
They love what they do.
Yeah, but
that's
I guess
very good. I love that. I love that idea.
Yeah, it weeds out the. Now we have the guys who are really in it for the game of it, for the love of the game.
And I do love it. Like I just love being on stage, and I love thinking in a funny way, and I love thinking about comedy and watching comedy and just being funny.
I mean, where else can you actually talk the way you talk on stage?
Yeah.
There's nowhere else.
You can't. Well, to be honest, I'll tell you what, Jack.
What?
If you find me out on a Friday night,
then
I'm like that. In fact, I think I'm funnier in conversations off stage.
I had your friend telling me that.
Honestly, a lot of people tell me that.
Yeah. You just
I
need
hate
to let
that.
loose.
Why is that the case?
Loosen up, father.
Wait a minute. just back up a second.
Okay,
Who the fuck told you that?
Your friend.
Who?
Peter.
Oh my God.
No, I think he even said it when you were listening.
Okay, so I was
just
there.
like, you're very tight on stage sometimes. So you just need to loosen
tighter.
up. Tighter.
I feel I'm pretty loose on stage, but I guess I
you're getting there for sure.
I'm getting there. I think it takes some time, right?
It does take some time.
Jack, help me, man. Be my sensei.
I will be your sensei.
Be my Sifu. Be my Master Shifu.
Master Ugwe.
Be my and you resemble Master Ugwe. Let me not lie. You look like an old turtle.
I like those guys. I like those old wise men.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I
what
love
do you like about them?
I like the wisdom that comes with old age.
Yeah.
I respect it and I look up to that.
When was the last time you got a piece of advice from an old guy?
It's been a while. When was it? Okay, the one I remember, the one that's really unforgettable is from my grandfather before he died.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
we're getting deep.
No.
Let me cut the line over here.
No, but my grandfather was like that. He was an old man. He wore a kilemba. Do you know the kilemba?
No.
Like what? Should I call it? A turban.
Oh, he wore a turban?
Yeah, he wore a turban.
Was he a Mukurino?
Yes, kind of, yes.
Oh, interesting.
But it was a religion thing. So
he was a Mukurino religion? Or?
Yes. No, not Mukurino, but there's another church called African Israel Nineveh.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey, that's a deep one.
Do you know those people who walk on the side of the road?
Of course I know those guys.
Yeah,
those guys are deeply committed.
That was my grandfather. So I remember he'd be so happy when I joined them and I wore the robe and I actually celebrated with them with the ring. He'd be so proud.
And Jack
Yeah,
just
man.
came off stage giving masturbation jokes to join his grandfather on the road like tinkling.
But
Yes,
you know those people, yes? Yeah, you know those
I know
people,
that.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
that. Oh my god,
They can
Jack,
be-
you're a fucking hypocrite. That's so funny. It's like,
but those
oh,
are
I can just believe like saying the filthiest things at the Nairobi Laugh Bar,
Oh,
and
jeez.
then your uncle calling you like, Jack, unakam procession. It's like, yeah, babu, mi nakam sahi,
Nakam
bugoja
sahi.
kidogo. And anyway, so I was jerking off, and
I actually had a joke about my grandfather that I stopped doing. Because it was, I don't know, maybe it was a disservice to him and his name.
oh no way!
Yeah.
That's for a comedian. For a comedian to tell joke. That's why I tell jokes about my father, because I love my father.
Exactly.
And
That's how I look at it, actually.
And I feel like everyone should know about my father, because he's
Yeah.
a great. My father is
Exactly.
actually a great
He's
man.
a great man.
And I think telling jokes is a way to honor him.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
So I would love to hear it again, and
Okay.
maybe we can hear a little bit of it
Okay,
now
so
if you want.
the joke was I used to go. So I come from a very religious family. My grandfather was a bishop of a very big church. He was
Oh, wow.
he was like a church elder
Okay.
type stuff. So, and then I'd go. But guys, like my grandfather was very disappointed when he found out that I want to do stand-up comedy. He was very disappointed. But I would go, Grandpa, relax. What you and I do, they're very similar. We both tell fictional stories on stage. That was the joke.
That's
so-
good.
yeah.
But I mean, a rule of three would work well
Yeah, I
there.
think so. Yeah,
Like,
I
we
had the
perform.
camera do a little chime. I hope it's still
snap.
running.
Let me just check.
Did you hear it? Yeah, it just cut off right now. Let me stop this one.
Okay, we're back.
Sorry about
due
that.
to some, we got a bit of like technical difficulties. And also, I think, it's just, anyway, it's on brand for
It's
us.
on brand, yeah.
It's really on brand.
We had this earlier, and now
exactly.
this.
We had and now we've just stuck it like with this makeshift
Duct tape.
duct tape,
Yeah,
and
man.
it just looks awful. But
Yeah,
we keep going. We
we'll walk with
keep
that.
pushing, right?
Yeah, we'll walk with that.
What were we talking about? We're talking about. We were talking about your grandfather.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
and he gave you some advice before he died.
Yeah. We talked for a while. We talked. That's the last conversation. That's all I remember. I was saying how I look up to those guys.
But like you said that there was a piece of advice that he gave you that you maybe want to share or not? Or it was more general.
Yeah, it was
like
more
just
general.
chatting.
Yeah, it was just chatting. Exactly.
Oh,
It was
damn.
just chatting. But he just came off as a very wise man.
Really, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, he just came off as very wise and very.
I wish I knew
knowledgeable.
you before Jack.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of wish I knew you before.
I like those things. Yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
and Jack from Titanic.
Oh,
You know, I'm the Rose to your Jack.
You're Rose to my Jack.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you I never watched that movie?
You've never watched that movie?
I've never watched that.
Oh my god.
I just don't want to cry, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I don't like watching.
Okay.
I try to focus on the bright side of life.
I want us to get into movies.
Okay, please.
But
Yes.
I want us to read out the question that we got
Fast.
online.
We do that
Yeah.
fast. Okay.
And this one is not really it's not really an advice question.
Okay.
It's more of just a question.
Okay.
And now we have to give this guy a funny name to protect his identity.
Okay. You give me a funny name this time.
So this guy is called Tits McGee.
Tits McGee.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Tits McGee saying in the email?
So Tits McGee wrote us a message. Tits McGee said, "Hey guys, question from your friend Tits McGee. Who's your favorite local comedian? Each one of you. Who do you think is funny in our scene?"
Okay, interesting. That's very interesting.
I like that question.
Who do you think is funny in your scene, in the
Yeah.
comedy scene?
In the comedy scene in Nairobi.
Should I go first?
I would love that. I
who
would
do I
love if
find
you went
funny?
first.
I mean, and I'm just talking from like guys who just genuinely make me laugh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rock makes me laugh a lot. And it's like, it's just from him being himself. He does really make me laugh.
God, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy will make. I'll be on the floor.
Yeah, he might not be the most popular comedian, but like just hanging out with him and seeing him on stage, he has made me laugh a lot. Kisiangani too, man. Emmanuel Kisiangani, if you guys don't know, he's hosting, what's the name of the roast? Hot Seat.
Oh, yeah,
on
right.
Showmax, he's the host of that.
Wow.
He's a funny dude.
That
host of
guy
the Kisiangani podcast as well.
That the Podfather, as you said.
The Podfather.
The Podfather. He is.
Yeah.
He is like when I. Okay, so. Right, yeah, carry on.
Who else? Who else? I mean, listen. I'm just slicing hairs here, really.
No, we have to. I think we should slice here. We should like be able to comment about some people's strengths and like have a deep intellectual conversation
about comedy,
and comedians
Jesus.
locally.
Okay, I like him. Who else? I like Kevin Mwalimu. I think his bits are quite funny.
He's brilliant.
Yeah,
man.
very very clever.
Such
bits.
a young comedian.
Yes,
and
very young.
His bits are like. They're complex.
Yeah,
they have depth to them.
Depth. Yes.
Like every time I listen to him, I'm like, dude, that is like that feels like well thought out.
Yes, very well thought out. I also love Marcus Douglas. Yeah,
brilliant.
He's like the writing and the darkness of his jokes. I'm just like, he's a man of culture.
Oh, definitely, no doubt.
I mean, dude, there's so many guys I actually enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Who else? What about female? I love watching Duta. Do you know Duta?
Oh, yeah.
I like her vibe on stage.
Yeah.
I really like her vibe, and
she's very like I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and very chill.
I love it.
Duta
Yeah,
is
very chill. Yeah.
She's also a good friend of mine off stage. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's a dope person.
Yeah,
she's
I
a very
really
dope
like
person.
her as a person. I think that's mine for now.
Okay.
I'll think of some more.
Okay, fine.
But there's so many funny
Of
guys.
course, there's so many funny. I don't think it's like a case
also,
where
like
people will be upset.
While we're on this, I'd like you to tell me like your Mount Rushmore comics of all time.
Of all time.
Comedians, yeah.
Or like just in the world.
Yeah.
Definitely. I will go into that.
Yeah.
In Nairobi, for me, Doug Mutai and Emmanuel Kisayangani.
For sure. It's a solid.
When I see Doug on stage hosting, I just don't understand how he does it. It's like he has the entire audience in the palm of his hands. Whatever he does, he's just riffing, and if he goes this way, the crowd is with him that way. If he goes that way, the crowd is with him that way. It's just unbelievable to see.
It's unbelievable.
Like when I watch it, it's such a pleasure to watch him, and he's so comfortable on stage. It's like,
I mean,
I'm just like it's like you're talking to an old friend.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. That comes with so because this year marks Doug's 15th year in comedy, so he's been doing it for 15 years now. And you can tell.
That is crazy
because it's 15 years now.
Oh man, and some of his bits, like I saw him when that Ugandan comedian came. Arthur Simeon.
Yeah.
And he did a spot there. It was so brilliant. It was so brilliant. He had a short time, but he killed almost every 20 seconds. People would be in fits of laughter.
Yep.
Even my friends who had come for the first time and they'd come from abroad, they'd come from New York actually.
Okay.
No, they'd come from Chicago and they had seen a lot of comics and they were like, Doug stands out in the dais.
Yeah, for sure.
In the lineup.
Yep.
I just love watching him. And then Emmanuel Kisayangani. I mean, that guy's, when he acts things out.
He goes, check me.
Check him.
The thing
his act outs are just so natural.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, I'll tell you, I steal that, not in my comedy.
No, but when you're like...
When I'm chatting to people, I want to be like Emmanuel Kisayangani. So when I'm talking to my friends, I'm like trying to be like him.
To be like, to be that level of
check this guy. Where babe, uko happy?
Babe, uko? Like how he pretends like how guys come, babe,
si unajua vile bank account iko sahi. Oh my God. I mean, when he does those accounts, it's like, and also like me as a comedian, even though I know he's gonna do it, I'm at the edge of my seat.
Yes.
Every single performance. I just can't wait to see who he's gonna mock. Or who is going to act on it. I just love watching it.
I remember when I used to work for Stand-Up Collective. And there's a time I was like, I used to edit their videos like heavily. My favorite videos to edit were Kissy and Ghana's videos. I would be laughing. Dude, I would be laughing at like 2 a.m. just crying.
Really?
Looking at his face. There's a time he does like a face where he just does this to his face. Oh my, it's so funny.
God, I mean his facial expression, the way he carries himself on stage. And you know, the way he uses space.
Yes.
Oh my God, the guy is everywhere on the stage.
Yes.
He's like walking there. Yes. He's doing act out.
A true performer.
I love him.
Performer. Yeah.
I love Amandeep.
Amandeep. Oh yeah.
Amandeep is the GOAT.
Yep.
He's the absolute GOAT. I mean, like some of his comedy, it goes so deep and so dark.
It's true.
It's like dark and deep.
Yeah, at the same time.
And dirty.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, where did you come and think about that particular perspective, about this particular thing?
Yeah, sometimes I've seen audience members, they just don't know what to do with him. Because sometimes he goes so hard. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes people are just like, wow.
They're just like, wait?
Yeah.
Like, where did you come up with that?
Yeah, how do you have like, where does that even come from?
Exactly.
Yeah, Amandeep is definitely one of the greatest in the scene for sure. I used to watch him in Churchill when I was in high school. He used to be on the Churchill show. So I couldn't believe it when I met him first time and I was like sharing the stage with him. It was an honor, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Me too. Every time I see him now, I'm a little bit shy.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a little bit like nervous. I'm like, I hope he likes me.
Yeah, me too. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh
I get what you mean.
When Emmanuel told me 3 weeks ago,
yeah.
Ati, why don't you come and be part of the pod? I think I stood there for like maybe 45 seconds.
Who, me?
Just being like, as in me, I come on your, as in,
you think
I come onto your podcast.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah. And I'm like, so, do you know who I am, right? I started comedy last Tuesday. Right? I started why do you want me? And the way he said it so sincerely, I was just like, wait.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy has just like,
that's true.
He sort of made my day. That he made my year.
Yeah.
He made my life.
And I'm telling you, you see those are the things that keep you going in comedy.
I want, but I'm so afraid to like bring it up again.
Bring what?
I'm afraid to be like, Emmanuel. Remember, you remember you had mentioned that there was a possibility that maybe I could make an appearance on your podcast. Yeah, I had turned into some kind of like a waiter at a.
Oh, okay.
A boss, unajua, mi nimepata kashida. That's what I had turned into.
That's turned into.
Yeah.
But what an honor that is.
Oh my God.
I'm so psyched. To have someone who you like admire that much to actually.
If it works out, I am going to be so psyched.
It will work out.
Yeah. Drop in a good word for me, Jack. If you like just slyly remind him like, oh, where weren't you supposed to like?
I'm gonna be so indirect. I'll be, hey, but Fadil has a new haircut to kind of jog his mind. Yeah, no, man.
I don't know. Just try and slip it in there somehow.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen.
But that's for me but of course this is what I'm saying about the Nairobi scene. I mean, the comedians are just too good. People come to the Nairobi Laugh Bar. You guys will see that Nairobi talent is underrated. Kenyan talent is underrated. African talent is fucking underrated.
There's so much talent. Yeah, I just wish more people would know about it.
That's why we need to get out there. That's why we need to do this. This podcast even though we have three, nothing
fine.
but 3 views.
It's fine, man.
This is what is gonna bring people to the comedy scene in Kenya and Nairobi.
I hope so. Yeah, but we have so much talent here, and there's so many young guys who are like hilarious. Yeah. Guys who just level the room. Like, it's crazy.
Ray. Okay, Ray is one of my favorite.
Ray for sure.
Ray is a brilliant comedian, and the way that the amount of writing that guy does.
Yeah.
Like every week it's a new joke. I'm like, Ray, what? How do you? And every single joke that he does is a banger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a banger. Like,
what do you mean? What are you talking about? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, he has a very heavy Kalenjin accent.
Let me tell you, you can take that man, the Calais man, out of Kalenjin land. But his heart and his throat, his vocal cords are still there in Calais.
Yeah, man.
Calais land.
Yeah, that's
wow.
Yeah, Ray is one of
he's so brilliant, so young.
Yeah, so young
and
too.
So brilliant.
Yeah, Ray is definitely one of the funniest comedians.
No
for
doubt.
Sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Is
there anyone else you think we might? I mean, dude, there's so many people.
I like Sammy Derrick.
Sammy Derrick?
Yeah, because his comedy is like intellectual, historical.
Yes.
He says a lot of things that are based on like Kenyan history.
Yes.
And I love it.
Can be quite niche sometimes too.
It is niche. Yeah, it is niche. Definitely niche. And it's clever.
Yes, has
like
a lot
sometimes
of
you have to
references.
like think.
Yes.
Yeah, he has a lot of references. Yeah, that's true.
He has a lot of that.
Which and I think everyone that I see has their place.
Mm-hmm.
They have their place in comedy.
Sure. Yeah. Because eventually you kind of, when you do it for like long enough, you kind of find, okay, this is what I'm good at. Because I've tried some things and they failed horribly.
Really?
I once tried doing the debate. I found out I'm not a good debater.
Oh, that didn't work for you, Jack.
No. And it's fine. Like I could get better at it.
Oh, but Titus on debate.
Titus is a beast. Titus.
Oh.
You can never lose an argument.
You can't. And that's even in real life.
Yeah, even that's him. Like, you will never lose an argument.
That's why I believe that Titus is going to be a cult leader by
he has it.
By 2025.
Titus has a cult leader personality.
There's no doubt about that because he's so convincing.
Going for him, yeah.
And the way he speaks like I don't know, it's like every time he speaks, there's something divine about the way
how he speaks.
Yeah, you're just like this doesn't seem like.
Oh Jesus! Again,
we're just gonna do it without it for now.
Screw those.
But let me pick it up at least. Because I think
guys, I really don't think we can run away from our past because we have like this shoddy past of just being shoddy, unprepared people, and it just keeps catching up. I don't even know what we can do now. So, but it's fine. Who gives a fuck, you know?
Yeah, guys. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yo, Nick, Rio, Gichuki, Dennis. What's up, people? Nick. Oh, Nick is online right now, or what? Nick, okay, no.
Dude. Yeah, that's great. Oh, what about your like Mount Rushmore of like all time greats?
Okay, so for me, my favorite comedian is Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I've watched every single thing that he does. I would like to find out whether he has like old tapes or old albums that he's done.
Because you feel like you've watched everything he's put out.
I've watched every single thing. I've watched like almost all of his interviews. I've watched almost all of his. I just love.
Did you watch his interview on Theo Vaughn's podcast?
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest interviews I've ever because it was so intimate and like how they talked about their dads.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you remember it clearly. But it was real. And Louis is a very intelligent guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's so smart.
And it comes out in his comedy. His comedy is just, it's so brilliant.
Yeah, he's like...
It's so brilliant. He's so dirty. But the angles that he comes at
Louis C.K.
is just brilliant. So he's definitely my top comedian. There's no doubt about that. When I was young... I used to watch a lot of Def Comedy Jam.
Oh, Def Jam comedy.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Def Jam comedy. A lot. That's what I'm saying. Like when I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I've
Also,
watched
your bro
like
got
all,
you
like
into
all
into
seasons.
all this stuff, yeah?
Yeah, my brother got me into everything. Shout out to my bro.
Nice. Shout out to
He
your
literally got me into it. Wow, like now when I think about it, it seems kind of like
Yeah.
fateful
Kind of.
that I should end up in a comedy scene.
Some of these things
kind.
are, if you really think about it.
Yeah, because my bro really got me into it. I
Into
used
comedy.
to watch Def Comedy Jam. Like I've watched all, like, I don't know how many, 15, 20 seasons of
Wow.
however much they are.
Def
But
Comedy.
I used to love Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, he's a great host.
He's a great host, but he's a great comedian. I've seen a lot of his specials. A lot of his specials are hilarious. So definitely used to watch a lot of his stuff, and so he's definitely up there for me. Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is a brilliant comedian and a lot of his performances, because I'm also into music. He used to almost all of his specials used to have a musical element to him. So like at some point during his special, they'll have a little bit of a break. The next time he comes out, they draw the curtains. He's sitting behind a piano.
And he's playing the piano.
And he's playing the piano and he's making jokes
While-
about singing and making jokes about church and like how they sing in church.
I don't think there's anything Jamie Foxx can't do. He's
That guy,
so talented.
he's a genius. He's
Yeah.
a bona fide genius.
He's like a great actor, comedian. He does stand-up.
Yeah.
He sings.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he plays instruments.
He's absolutely
Super talented guy.
super talented.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, and then of course, finally, the GOAT,
Colin?
the main man.
Okay.
Oh, what were you saying?
No, I was just guessing. Judge Carlin?
George Carlin. No,
No, not
well,
really.
I mean, I like George Carlin. I definitely like George Carlin, but
Okay.
he's a political comedian.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah, for
he's a
sure.
political comedian, which
Lots
is
of
which
commentary.
but the GOAT,
Okay.
the greatest of all time, the man, the myth, the legend, the legend.
Legend.
The legend in the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning,
Okay.
Dave Chappelle.
Whoa, Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Do you know what I thought?
Those
you
are
were
my
gonna say,
top five.
I thought you were gonna say
think
Richard Pryor. at the
Oh,
end.
Richard Pryor. Yeah, no, I like
that's what I
Richard
thought.
Pryor. I
Okay.
like Richard Pryor a lot.
Solid.
I think he's quite a dirty comedian.
Pryor.
Yeah, Pryor.
I love Pryor.
Yeah, I do love
Yeah,
Pryor.
okay.
He's
That's
great.
solid list. That's solid.
Gabagoo. Hey, yo, fix him up some gabagoo. Yeah.
Richard Pryor.
Hey, you want some struzzi? Anyway, yeah. But yeah, of course, Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, by the way, last time we talked about Dave Chappelle, and yeah, I watched his monologue.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched
How did you
it.
find it?
It was great.
It was great.
It was
yeah?
fantastic. I mean, Dave Chappelle, he like earlier on when I used to watch his earlier specials, they were like very, very funny. And then later on over time, he became more of a storyteller and less of like a punchline
Comedian.
less of a punchline.
He is one of
comedian.
the greatest storytellers, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah,
Like his storytelling is unmatched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is a genius because he takes something that is such a polarizing topic like transgenderism or things of that nature, and he will make it funny while at the same time low-key roasting them,
Okay.
which is pretty
I
cool, I
get you.
think.
Yeah.
You
Dave
know what I mean?
Chappelle is.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
He
yeah.
is. He
Okay, what
is,
about you, Jack?
Okay, here's my list. I'd go. These are the guys who've been very influential to me.
Okay.
Bill Burr.
Oh,
But
snap!
I
Rant comedian.
oh,
the
Billy
rant.
Red Nuts. I fucking love
okay,
Bill Burr.
okay.
I fucking love that guy. Yeah.
Okay.
He's, in my opinion, one of the greatest working comedians still today. Bill Burr is. I cannot praise the man enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so why do you like him? Why?
I like how he's just so raw and unfiltered.
Right,
He's-
right.
Like that's the feeling I get. And I get like there's no layers to what he just says what he thinks.
Right.
This is how it is and I'm gonna lay it out to you and I don't give a fuck. Right?
Right,
And
right,
I love his Boston accent and just his stories. Like he's just he comes up as a very troubled kid.
Yeah.
But then, he tells his stories all the time. Like,
I've not watched. Actually, I don't think I've fully watched a special of his ever.
Okay.
But I've seen almost every interview of his.
Of his.
Because he's always so unhinged in interviews.
He's so unhinged.
Yeah, I love
that guy.
I love his personalities in interviews.
He's great. I also love his work ethic and all. But yeah, he's, to me, one of the greatest comedians to ever work. I love Patrice O'Neill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
yes.
Patrice, to me, also that guy. I don't know, maybe there's
great roaster.
The great roaster as well.
Great roaster.
And like how there's a way he like talks about just men's issues and how he dissects the just like men and how we think.
Right.
There's things he talks about. You might not agree with it. Most people don't. And that's fine. But he's telling the truth. That's how he feels.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and he surprisingly also he was very good with the ladies in his real life. Who would have thought that he was like really overweight and all? I mean, even the other comics talk about it. Like Patrice, he would insult ladies and he would get them.
Damn.
He would just, what the hell?
Necking.
Yeah, I guess that's what you call it. But he's one of the greatest comedians. Like, he's made me laugh so much. Like, I've listened to his albums, his latest special, or rather the last one, Elephant in the Room.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I just like guys who don't give a fuck.
Okay, yeah. It seems like there's a theme there.
Yeah.
Is it because you want to be like that?
No, I'm not sure I want to be like that. Because I know they're telling the truth.
Do you want to be more like that?
I'd like to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to. Because, maybe I filter myself off too much.
Do you filter yourself, Jack?
Yeah, there's things I deliberately stop myself from maybe doing or saying. Because maybe it would...
And you do have those thoughts?
Yes, of course I do. Yeah, but I don't say them because maybe it would ruffle feathers or
Damn,
I'd be labeled
Jack.
something. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, maybe you should.
Maybe I'll walk my... I just realized it's how you say it. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And that's why I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Because he will take some topic that, like, a lot of comedians will just not touch.
Yeah. No.
But he'll, like, the way he tells the story, you'll just be like, this guy is just a wordsmith.
Yeah, he's a wordsmith.
Okay, carry on, please.
I mean, Louis C.K. is also in my... Louis C.K. is one of the greatest stand-up comedians to ever work. I've watched all of his work.
Yeah.
I know all his projects. I've watched all his interviews. I'm a really big fan of the guy.
Oh, damn. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm glad we share that, Jack.
Yeah. Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is amazing. Yeah. I mean, people say that Louis C.K. could have been a neurosurgeon. He just decided to be a comedian. He's a really smart dude.
He's a smart guy. That's very true.
Who else? Maybe some of the older guys. Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
I like Carlin too. I really like Carlin.
George Carlin. Yeah,
George
he's
Carlin.
fantastic.
Carlin
he's so smart.
He's so smart. And he just calls out the bullshit,
Of the government, especially.
Of the government and religion and whatever it may be. Yeah. He just calls it out. Okay, so people say in his later years, he was a bit preachy. Which is fair. It's fair.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah. He comes off to people as a bit preachy.
Like a bit holier than thou.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he comes off as.
Interesting.
Because of his comedy.
How like what would be the justification for saying that? Like how does that work?
I mean, it's cause of the subject matter. Like he's calling out bullshit that people do.
Okay.
So maybe it's like, I'm smarter. Like basically he's going, you guys are fucking idiots. Stop doing this shit. This is stupid. And maybe that's rubs people the wrong way.
But how would that be different from what he was doing before?
I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing really, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that's what he'd always been doing. I'm just wondering whether there's a difference in the way he was saying it that then came off as preachy.
No, but older Carlin was a bit more angry. I found he was very angry. Not like the younger Carlin. He was very angry.
Right.
And he even says that he got to a point where he just gave up on humanity and he's just sitting back, just watching the train wreck. He's very nihilistic, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, nihilistic.
He's just talking about what he sees and he just gave up. Yeah. But then he said something really profound where he says, like, human beings, when they're together, like, they can be very stupid. But when you one-on-one, humans are very beautiful. And you actually, when you look into someone's eyes, you can see their soul and the beauty that lies in human beings.
Jack, I don't like the way that you look at me straight in the eye.
I was trying to make my point.
Yeah, but the way you looked at me in the eye, you were like, very beautiful. Like you were trying to tell me something specifically.
No. I'm talking about Colin.
Jack, be honest.
Yeah,
be honest.
man.
Like I won't say anything.
Okay, Fadil has nice brown eyes.
Oh yeah, yes. There we go.
Do you have brown eyes?
I do have brown eyes. Yeah, I do have brown eyes. Sometimes they're hazel, but in the right light.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Have you ever had contacts?
No, I've never had contacts.
Okay, but I think that's pretty much.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But there's, I mean, of course, there's so many people. Bill Hicks. There's so many. Mitch Hedberg. Yeah, man. There's so many guys. So many funny guys. But yeah, man. Comedy is a beautiful art form. I love it, and I'm just so grateful that I do it. You know.
I find like because we've started doing like sketches and we started doing podcasts, and I'm really enjoying the podcast. And I find doing podcasts and like the sketches very fun and also a little bit easier
Than stand-up.
than stand-up itself.
I mean, fair point.
Stand-up is tough.
Stand-up is very
love it. I love being on stage. I can't wait for Wednesday. I can't wait for Friday. I want to go up more, but yeah, because I'm also doing music as well, it's difficult.
Yeah.
But like, it's so tough for me.
I'll tell you this: stand-up is the most difficult thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Really?
I genuinely think so. Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't done anything that's more challenging and difficult and takes time to learn than stand-up.
And rewarding.
Yes, at the same time rewarding. Yeah, it's very difficult, but yeah, also very rewarding. Not financially, but you'll feel good when you go home that night. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but it's one of those things, man. That's that's my list. What about Kenyan comedians? Like, there's also like Churchill comedians who I think like some guys are really funny.
Oh, like Churchill specific.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a difference? Like, are there two sets or teams of comedians?
because they cater more to the everyday man, through the everyday Kenyan. Do you
They're
understand
like
what I'm saying?
mainstream,
Very
sort of
mainstream,
comedy.
yeah. Because there's very Kenya. Because the English scene which we are a part of is very. It caters to the educated people, people with a bit of money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Because you won't see some people coming to the shows because it's just like, it's too expensive. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
interesting.
they cater more to the everyday man and they're very relatable.
Okay, and so it's done in Swahili a lot of the time
Swahili
as
and
well?
Shang. Yeah. But oh my God, some guys, those guys have killers too. Yeah.
Really? Okay,
I mean,
I didn't know that.
they are like equally.
I don't know.
They deserve like the praise. Those guys are funny as hell. Yeah. If you do understand their comedy, they're so funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you
and I have tons of respect for those guys.
Do you know like who?
I mean, Eric Omondi.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Of course.
Have you met Fred Omondi?
Fred Omondi.
No. Oh, it was Darren telling me a story about Fred. I just confused.
Okay. Is that his brother?
Yeah, it was his brother. He died recently. So Eric Omondi.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he died sadly. I think it was an accident or something.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
His brother, Eric Omondi, bro.
The funny guy.
Oh, my God.
I've watched clips of his, like sketches.
Hilarious.
Really?
He's stand-up.
Yeah.
He doesn't do stand-up anymore. I don't think he does that anymore.
He doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, because I think those guys, maybe they got into stand-up to get into to become media personalities. That type of thing.
Right,
so they kind of stopped doing it at some point.
Right.
But they just become influencers and stuff like that, which is kind of sad. I just wish they'd keep doing stand-up.
Right.
Because that seems like that's the pipeline over there. Like, become a comedian so you can get, I don't know, brand deals or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, right.
I just wish they could still keep doing stand-up. I'm sure those guys would be like, because that scene, that circuit's been around for a while, even longer than this. So I'd imagine they'd be like beasts if they kept doing it.
Yeah, they'd be like huge.
Yeah, really huge. But maybe the cap is they'd only be understood by Kenyans, maybe. Maybe that's
no, definitely.
No
I see
international, yeah. So maybe that's another factor. But yeah, it's really funny guys there too. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. I think I'm a bit of a comedy nerd myself.
Yeah, it seems like I love it, Jack.
Yeah.
I definitely I would love to hear more because like I would like to learn from you, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, you're kind of like my comedy dad.
But I want you to tell me about movies.
You want to I tell you about movies?
Yeah. What have you seen recently? Anything?
Oh, what have I
nice?
watched recently? That's a good question.
I'm actually just anything that comes to mind.
Anything that comes to mind. I do have a favorite movie.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is The Count of Monte Cristo.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Came out in 2002, was it?
Yeah, it came out a long time ago. Yeah, I think 2002 actually.
Okay, I haven't watched
Henry Cavill is in it.
Oh,
The Superman.
young Henry Cavill.
Exactly, very, very young Henry Cavill. Guy Pearce is in it.
Okay.
And I can't remember the last guy. I think
What's
it's
the
Jim
story
Caviezel.
of what's the movie about?
I mean, this movie is honestly, it's a work of art, but it's based on a book.
Oh, okay.
And it's based on a book written by an author called Alexandre Dumas. And he's a French author.
Okay.
And few people know about this. He was a black man.
Oh, he was a black
He was
man?
a black Frenchman.
He died? Still alive?
No, he's died a long time ago. Long time
Oh,
ago.
it's a medieval type.
I don't know if it's medieval.
Like, what's the time period?
I think it's like 18th century.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
18th century.
Definitely
Yeah,
dead, that guy.
yeah. He's dead, but yeah, definitely.
Great movie. I'm gonna watch it.
It's such a
Count of Monte
fantastic movie.
Cristo.
It's basically about a very huge betrayal.
Oh.
They did a remake recently, but for me, the remake is not bad, but they miss some elements of it. It's quite a lot darker and
Oh, the remake.
yeah, a little bit twisted.
Who's the leading star in the remake?
The remake is a French movie. It's
Oh.
a specifically French
So,
movie.
like, originally the book was also in French.
Yeah, the
imagine.
book was I believe so in French. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's a fantastic movie. It's something that I think everyone should watch. It's
Count
really a
of Monte
classic.
Cristo.
There's maybe like a snippet that I can give you from it.
Please
that
do.
would like give you like maybe a like an insight into how well it's written and how deep it is and romantic.
I didn't know you. Okay.
You didn't know
I'll make
what?
fun of you later.
So basically, this guy goes to jail, and he's been there for a very long time. And there's this other man in another cell who's trying to break out of prison. But instead of breaking out, he accidentally breaks into this man's cell
Okay.
while looking for the way out.
Okay.
And so he breaks into this man's cells, and this guy who's in this other cell, let's call him Fred. And Jack breaks into his cell.
Okay.
And Fred sees him, and he just starts wailing and crying. And Fred is like, "Why are you crying?" He's like, "First of all, I haven't seen anyone in like 11 years." And he said, "Throughout this time, I have counted every single stone in the prison
In the cell.
hundreds of times." And the man, Fred, who's been there even longer than Jack, he goes to him. He's like, "But have you named them? You've counted them many
But have you
times,
named
but
them?"
have you named each stone?"
Wow.
Because that guy has been there even longer.
So
this is one of
named
the
each one of them.
or like, but that's
Yeah,
the sort of
that's I
saying
get you, I
that
get
he's
you.
trying to say, like, bro,
I've been here longer.
like, bro, you don't know.
You don't know what you're talking
We'll
about.
do jela ni nini, by the way.
Wow.
If Sheng Nanjero was here, what would Sheng Nanjero say in that case? That's what I would like to hear.
Shang Nanjero.
Yeah.
Like being told to name the nini.
No, as in like if like what would the man say? What would Fred, the old man, say to the young man who's been in jail for not that long? Like, bro.
Unajua jela ni nini wewe? Mimi nimepatia hizi madimanga. Nimepatia hizi madimanga moja moja. Nizipatia majina. mi nimekuwa hapo ndani, wewe unasema nini?
Shang Nanjero. Let me tell you, Shang Nanjero is going... this is a 3-person podcast between Fadil, Jack,
and occasional
Shang
appearances
Nanjero.
from Shang Nanjero.
I'm telling you, Shang Nanjero is someone who's going to stick on this podcast for a very long time.
He's sticking around. He's sticking around for sure. My favorite movie, can I?
Yeah, I would love to hear that, actually.
It's called Road to Perdition by Tom Hanks and...
right, I have seen that a very, very long time ago, but I don't remember it. Okay, that's very interesting.
It's my...
You really are an old soul, Jack.
What do you mean? No, it's the story. It's just a story about a father and a son.
Yeah.
Which really, like, it cuts deep.
Well, that's on brand for you. With all your daddy issues, Jack.
But what I love most about the movie, do you know, I really pay attention to the score, the music of movies.
Really,
that movie has one of the best scores in my opinion. I mean, there's movies with like amazing soundtracks.
Oh, I love soundtracks.
Yeah,
Jack.
like I mean,
I can like okay, no, go on, Jack.
I mean, I'm just saying like there's some great musical composers for music. I mean, I'm sure you know Hans Zimmer,
of course.
Thomas Newman,
of course.
That guy makes amazing
Michael
scores.
Giacchino.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's all the story, you know, the score, they just come together to...
Wow, I think I might watch it again now that you've...
It's quite a long movie. And yeah, but
I can just imagine you putting it on mistakenly while your dad is... while your dad is sitting next to you and just being like just trying to bond with him.
Oh, no.
And like slowly inch your hand closer to him, to his, to sort of hold it and be like...
We'll watch it on opposite ends of the room. But also another movie.
And by opposite ends, you mean you will be watching the and he will be out of the house.
Yeah, out of the house. Yeah. There's this war movie I watched. I forget the name. It's so sad that I forget.
Saving Private Ryan?
No, it's quite recent.
1917?
No, not 19.
Dunkirk?
No, not Dunkirk. There's another one.
All Quiet on the Western Front?
Exactly.
Fantastic
that movie. It kind of messed me up. There's a scene where
a fantastic movie.
I hope I'm not confusing this, but there's a scine where all the soldiers just start singing together.
Okay, yeah, that could be it.
That All Quiet on the Western Front?
But All Quiet on the Western Front, I don't think it's an English movie.
No, but I think there's one that's dubbed in English.
Yeah, it might be dubbed. Yeah, it might be dubbed.
So I think it could be either that or I haven't watched it in a while. But there's a scene anyway where the soldiers start singing all together.
And it gets you.
Oh my God.
You cry,
Jack.
Jack.
Scene. No, I didn't cry, but it's
don't
just
lie,
like,
Jack.
They really capture the
Jack,
hopelessness.
you are actually lying right now on this podcast. You know, this podcast is supposed to be a safe place for you and me. And you're supposed to tell us when you cry. Did you cry, Jack?
No, I did not actually. Surprisingly,
it's like you're at an inquiry in a court. I did not, sir.
I did not, sir. I rest my case.
I do not recall. I plead the fifth.
But what a movie! What a movie! Yeah,
what a fantastic
great
movie. Great movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I think we should maybe give it a rest.
I think we should. We've done 1 hour 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's give it
Guys, welcome to BADVICE again.
Welcome to BADVICE.
We are Africa's solution to their problems. So write in to me, Fadil
and Jack
on jackandfadil@gmail.com, and we're going to solve your issues.
For sure.
Peace.
Peace out, guys. See ya. Love you so much. Thank
Bye.
you for sticking all this way.